guys, so today I'm going to be doing an updated FAQ video for those of you that have been asking. I have one from about a year ago, so I'm going to include a couple questions from there, but I'm going to include some new ones as well. Let's jump into it. This video might be a little bit girthy, so, you know, feel free to duck out whenever. Okay, let's do this. We're just gonna start off with the basics here. So one of the first questions is, where are you from and where do you live now? I'm originally, well, I was born in Saskatoon, moved to Calgary, moved to a city called Kelowna, grew up in Kelowna and lived there most of my life, and then moved to Vancouver, where I'm currently living now. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have two brothers and they are both older, so I am the baby of the family. Did you go to school for makeup or are you self-taught? I did go to school for makeup. I went to John Casablanca Institute in Vancouver, BC, and it was a really great experience. So yeah. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do. For those of you that already know, I have a snake named Tang, which unfortunately I have living with my parents right now because I didn't want to break my mom's heart and take it, but also we're not allowed to have pets in this apartment aside from the cat. What advice would you give to someone who has always dreamed of becoming a makeup artist? The advice that I would give is that you are going to have to work very hard, especially if you want to do traditional makeup artistry like freelancing, working at retail and stuff like that. It is a very large community right now. There's a lot of people becoming makeup artists because it's becoming cooler online and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people out there doing makeup artistry. There's a lot of schools popping up, all that kind of stuff. So there's a ton of people doing it. So if you want to stand out and shine, then you really need to be willing to work your butt off, more or less. Also do it because it's something that you're passionate about. Don't do it for the money, because there will be no money in the beginning, let me tell you. But again, if you do work hard, just like anything else, it will pay off in the long term. So my biggest thing is to work hard and also branch out, like test your artistry limits, do things that you don't normally do. Like if you're good at smoky eyes, then be like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna move on to like winged liner or like avant-garde or something different. Try and always branch out from what you are used to doing. And that's something I myself struggle with, but whenever I really feel like I need a boost or just to get inspired, I just sit down with something that I don't normally work with and get into it. So yeah. What is your favorite alcoholic beverage? So I don't know if I've ever addressed this before, but I actually don't really drink. If I do, it's incredibly rare, like probably once a year rare. And a lot of people are kind of curious about that when I tell them, and there's a bunch of reasons, but mostly it's just, I don't really like it. I value my lucidity more than I think the experience of being drunk, so I just kind of, yeah. I don't know, don't do it. I don't care that other people do, it doesn't bother me. Like I can be around other people and I don't think I'm better than them for it or anything. I just think that, you know, live and let live, yo. Do you still play WoW? I am not currently playing. I bought the freaking expansion and I haven't even played it yet. Ugh, brutal. But like basically what happened was I just had been traveling a lot and working a lot and stuff like that, so I didn't have enough time, and like my subscription was just basically like a waste of money. So I was like, you know what, when things chill out, I will like renew it. So probably gonna be jumping back into that pretty soon here. What are your biggest pet peeves? Aside from my favorite blush getting discontinued from Sephora, thanks for nothing. Yeah, I hate it when people take a long time to get out of the door. And I hate when my cat breaks my stuff. So there you go. What are your fears? I have two fears in the world. One isn't really a fear, but it's more so just something that is incredibly displeasant to me, and that is feet. Don't fucks with them at all, preferably. So feet, and I am legitimately terrified of like man-made objects submerged in water. So like sunken ships, chains, things that men made that are now submerged in water. And I found out that this is an actual thing and it's called submechanophobia, and there's like 11 of us. So we're banding together at this time. Holla if you're afraid of it. What camera and editing do you use? I use a Canon 60D with just like a stock lens, and then I edit my videos using Adobe Premiere Pro, and then I edit my photos and stuff like that using Adobe Photoshop. And for those of you that are wondering or looking into this and stuff like that, try Adobe Creative Cloud. That's what I use. You pay like 40 bucks a month, I think. Something like that I just have taken like directly out of my bank account so I don't have to think about it. And you get access to all of the Adobe things. So instead of illegally downloading it and having to put in keys, which is what I used to do, I don't know if I should have admitted to that on camera. You can just pay 40 bucks and then you have it. So that is what I do. If you could have personally witnessed any moment in history, what would it be? That's a really, really good question. Good job. I think if I could witness any moment, ooh, I think it'd be the Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream speech, just because like, how like incredible would that be to see in front of your eyes? I can't even imagine. So that. Do you want kids? Eventually, yes, but every time I talk about childbirth, I like freak out. My mom, exact opposite. Anytime like you're sitting down at the dinner table, somebody brings up children or something like moderately related to childbirth, my mom like wells up in the eyes and she's like, it's the most amazing experience, Samantha. And then she looks over at me and she's like, I'm counting on you for grandkids. And I know that because like, she's like, you know, my brothers, I don't know if they're gonna have kids or not. Samantha, you have to have kids. So yeah, I want kids eventually, but not anytime soon. Sorry, Mom. Where do you work? So I actually work for myself. I do Instagram and YouTube full time, even though YouTube doesn't seem like it lately. And that is just what I do right now. So basically social media full time. I've been doing it for about a year and a half, and yeah. That's pretty much it. I used to freelance and take clients and stuff like that, but I no longer do that just because, I don't really know. I guess just because I'm more focused on this for right now. So yeah. What's a typical week for you? I know you travel, teach classes, do Badash, etc. Sometimes I wonder why you don't upload so much. I'd love to know how you organize your time. So the thing about working for myself is I have no set schedule, so every single week is totally different. Sometimes I'll get a call on like Monday being like, hey, can you come down to Los Angeles? And on Wednesday I have to fly down, and then I'll be there for a week working photo shoots or just doing kind of whatever. Sometimes I will work events and do stuff like that. Sometimes I'll just be at home filming or doing, you know, Instagram photos, stuff like that. Sometimes I just like freaking kick back and watch Netflix because I am feeling unmotivated or whatever. So yeah, every single week is totally different. But usually I am here and I wake up, get ready, take pictures and kind of upload them to Instagram, go through all my emails and stuff like that, try to respond to some comments here and there, film, edit, you know, whatever. What are some things you wish you could change about the beauty industry? That's a really good question. I think the biggest thing that I would want to change is kind of like the honesty, dishonesty surrounding a lot of things concerning beauty products. You know, for example, I think that a lot of people are really hush-hush about when they're paid for a video or when they get sent product for free or anything like that. And not that I think that you have to disclose absolutely everything, like not every Instagram post has to be like, hey, by the way, I was sent this product. But I think that a lot of people, you know, post something that's very obviously endorsed or was sent to them for free or whatever. People will question them about it in the comments, and instead of just being like, yeah, I was sent this, or yeah, I was paid for this post, they're like, actually I bought this product with my own money and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really, did they give you a promo code at checkout with your name in it? Because that's shocking to me. You know, I try my best to always be forthcoming with anything that's, you know, very obviously a promotion, and I certainly never try to lie about it when people are like, hey, are you sent Bellamy extensions? Yes, of course. I'm sent a majority of the stuff that I use. It doesn't mean that I don't like it. I never post anything that I don't like, and that's kind of my personal rule behind it. And also when it comes to brands, you know, brands not being completely honest about, you know, what their products are made with or whether or not they're cruelty-free, you know, just all that kind of stuff. To me, I think that beauty is something that we spend a lot of money on, and I don't know, I don't like the idea of somebody going and spending their hard-earned money when, you know, 20 bucks, 40 bucks to some people is a lot of money. And I remember, you know, being super broke and going and buying something because like a beauty guru recommended it and getting it and being like, this is shit kind of thing. And obviously not every product is going to work for every single person, but I don't know, I think just being as honest as you possibly can be is something that I would like to see happen in the beauty industry. How do you keep your hair smooth, silver, whatever? Any questions regarding my hair, I will put a link to my hair FAQ video, and I answer pretty well everything that I think you could ask about my hair in that video, so I'll put that below. Have you had any plastic surgery? Specifically, are your boobs real? My boobs are real, yes, and I have not had any plastic surgery thus far. Am I against it? Not at all. Would I probably get some one day? I'm sure. Get a little nip tuck, you know what I'm saying? When the wrinkles come in, you start filling them in, you know what I'm saying? I ain't against it. What can you absolutely not live without? Ooh, Coca-Cola, vinegar, snuggles. Dogs. I love dogs. I want a dog so badly. It makes me want to cry every time I think about dogs and I look into their eyes. It makes me cry because we exchange souls and basically their soul touches mine and we just become best friends at that exact moment. Any dog, doesn't matter, love them all, but preferably big dogs, but it doesn't matter, I love them all. How often do you wear no makeup in public and do you feel self-conscious about it? Quickly, just a funny story. So I kind of like don't think very often about how many people follow me because it's getting to be a lot. But one time I was waiting for a flight and I was like, it was like a red eye, so it was super late and I looked like shit. Like I had my hair in like the grossest fun bun of all time. It was super greasy. I was wearing sweats and like absolutely no makeup, like no moisturizer, like nothing. Like I was just like not having a good time, okay? So I'm just like sitting there like spread out over like 5 chairs waiting for my plane. And this chick comes up to me and she's like so adorable and she's just like, hi, are you Samantha? And I was like, wow. I suddenly became so aware of like just my entire self. I was just like, wow, like I can't believe that I didn't put makeup on or anything because like there's people that could possibly know me in public, but I quickly got over that and decided I didn't care. So yes, I wear no makeup in public often, pretty well every day. Sometimes I won't get ready until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, so I'll just kind of go do my errands, like, you know, if I'm picking up mail or if I'm going to grocery shop or whatever. Yeah, you're seeing me without makeup on, so that's that. How did you meet your boyfriend, Luke? I got a lot of questions about this. So I am finally not single. I've been single for about a year and a half, like 2 years. And yeah, basically it was completely not planned. Like I wasn't looking for anybody. I wasn't like, you know, on dating websites or anything. I was just on Instagram. And so basically what happened was I was looking for local photographers and I came across Luke's page somehow, I can't really remember, and I followed him because I liked the photos that he was doing, and he followed me back. We started chatting and we went for dinner, like basically the next day, and we just really got along really well. We are similar in what we want in life, and we're both fairly young and kind of like doing what we want to be doing for the long haul. So yeah, we're really like-minded and it's going really good and it's really lovely and he's really a good person, so yeah. And for those of you that were just asking for more information on it, we are living together and we have a cat that was not mine but is now mine, so it is my step cat, and we watch a lot of Netflix and eat a lot of food. I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious. What is one thing that became your biggest life lesson? So, I don't know if I've ever talked about this before. My oldest brother, Aaron, was one of my closest friends in life. We used to talk a lot and I would just tell him a lot about myself and everything, and yeah, we were just friends, and he got into a car accident a few years ago. It's just about 3-4 years ago now, and it was just a really bad accident and he lost all of his memory. He had to relearn how to walk and talk and stuff like that. So that was a huge learning experience in so many different ways. Like it made our family closer because we kind of all had to suddenly like start spending a ton of time together. Not that we never did, but you know, it was just like everybody coming together for the greater good, more or less. So it taught me a lot just about family and always being there for the people that you care for, basically. It taught me a lot about being selfless. I was in my summer of grade 11 and basically like all of my friends were out partying, like having the time of their lives, like going to the beach, like all this stuff, and I worked the entire summer because my parents had a store in Kelowna. So I worked there basically 6 days a week, and then after I got off work, I would go to the hospital to spend time with my brother, and basically like so that my parents could go home because they would spend the entire day with him there. So I learned a lot about being selfless and just kind of not blaming others for that, but just doing it because it's the right thing to do. I learned a lot about community and like what people are willing to do for you. I was blown away by how kind and generous people are, and it taught me a lot about how I want to treat people down the road. Sometimes we would come home from work and people would be mowing our lawn. People would come into the store and offer to work for free for us. They'd call and ask us if we wanted them to come over and make us dinner, or do our laundry, or like anything, like, and all these people throughout our community, like people that, you know, Aaron had worked for in the past, or like our family had worked for, or just people that kind of barely knew us would call us and like ask about him, and customers would come and ask how he was doing, and it was just really amazing to see, as well as the hospital staff. Some of the people on the hospital staff just really were truly super phenomenal, and went out of their way for him, and it was just, I learned a lot from a really shitty experience basically, and I feel like it shaped me in a lot of ways. It made me grow up pretty quick, and just learn a lot about treating people properly, and overcoming feeling sorry for yourself. Our relationship is a little bit different now. When he kind of did start having his memory come back, we just basically aren't as close anymore, and it sucks, but of course I'm super grateful to still have him in my life, because it looked like it was going to be a very real possibility that we were not going to have him anymore. And for those of you that are wondering, he is doing really well now. He's pretty much fully rehabilitated. He can drive and he lives by himself and all that kind of stuff, so yeah. Do you think that you would ever move to the USA? If so, what city? Honestly, I don't think I would. I really love Canada. Specifically, I really love where I live, and I love free healthcare. Going back to my last answer, something like that really like drives it home how much of a blessing free healthcare is, and it's not something that I take lightly by any means. So I love Canada and I will probably live here forever, and I do have the means to kind of, you know, work down there and stuff, and get to travel back and forth to the States. I have really close friends there, so I get to go there enough anyway. I'd rather just live in Canada and visit. Favorite TV shows? Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Adventure Time. Okay, I feel like that was a substantially long video, so that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something cool today, I guess, about me. Yeah, let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below, and tell me a fun fact about yourself, because I'd like to know you guys better. Okay, peace out.